You do not have to be in a romantic relationship to be in a relationship. Hello, and welcome back. This is Dr. Jameson Mercier and my girl Mia T.
Hello, hello.
That is what we are calling her until you guys give me something different. And I think she's okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So this is Relationship Renegade and slash AKA or formerly known as, so was that FKA? Is that a thing?
Yeah, FKA. I mean, we can make it a thing.
Okay. It's a thing for today. So yeah, we are transitioning. This is the final reminder, ladies and gentlemen, final reminder that we are phasing out the couples council. In title, right? In structure, right? It's not going away entirely, no. But we are phasing it out. Now, some technical things you will want to make a note of. If you are searching for this podcast, you want to search Relationship Renegade, you want to search that title. If you look for the Couples Council, it will not come up as a podcast because we are changing the name. Now, as far as I understand, and I'm going to get my people on this, the links will not change. Okay, the feed should not change. It's just the name. So you should continue to get regular downloads once we officially change the names. If not, you know how to get in touch with me, and I will implore you, reach out to me. This is why we've been slowly phasing this out so that we make sure everybody comes with us. Trust me, we are not trying to leave anybody behind.
No, we're trying to add.
Oh yeah, we're expanding. Consider this like Noah's Ark almost, right? We ain't shutting nobody out. We bring in everybody, everything, including the kitchen sink. So if you have any technical difficulties, do not hesitate to reach out to me. But again, do not look for the Couples Council anymore. You want to look for Relationship Renegade. Okay? The music is different. Hopefully you've gotten used to the music now. Let me know what you think about the music. Mia, I like it personally.
I love it. I think the first time you sent it over my way, I told you I just want to dance.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the vibe, I got my candles going, we just making it happen.
Yeah.
So again, be ready because next week, July 1, it will officially be Relationship Renegade. Alrighty, guys. Now, on to what we have to tell you today. What do we have on the agenda, Mia?
Well, let's start with what the heck is Relationship Renegade? What is it? What are we going to be talking about? And maybe how does it differ or how is it similar to Couples Council?
So, great points. And as a matter of fact, this is a nice kind of circle because we did talk about that, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks ago. But if you're just joining, this is a great way to round up these little snippets. So the Couples Council was primarily focused on romantic relationships. And the thing that we know is that you do not have to be in a romantic relationship to be in a relationship. We are in all kinds of relationships all the time. And what was happening in the Couples Council, to be frank, is we were not acknowledging a lot of those relationships. And I just kind of felt like we were doing a half service. We did well what we did. I'm not going to apologize for that. But I always felt like I wanted to expand and be more inclusive of all the other relationships. So that is what Relationship Renegade is. And as the name suggests, okay, we are not, like you said, we're not apologetic about what we're doing because we feel like it's actually a good move.
Absolutely, it's more inclusive.
Yes. Yes. The other thing too, part of what we are aiming to do in this rebrand is there's a lot of ideas that we hold on to about relationships that we just need to take those and toss them out the window, throw them overboard, whatever you do, run them over with your car, your bike, your boot, step on it. And we're gonna shake it up a bit. We're gonna step on some toes about some of these antiquated ideas about relationships.
Do you want to talk to the people about how it came about?
Sure. Remind me how it came about.
Um, well, it came about because of you and I just regularly talking when we were working together, and how I wanted to be on your podcast for couples counsel, and you've had a spot that kind of fit in really well. And I think it was in line with you wanting to kind of branch out to include other, populations of people. And we tried it out. We vibed. We liked it. And then it started the conversation about having these conversations with people, with you and I, about different roles that people play within their lifetime, and how we're all interconnected with some sort of relationship.
Yeah. I think in a lot of the conversations that we've had, there's we keep talking about this web of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that really is what it is. And webs can be really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
There are very different demands on relationships.
Yep.
I mean, just think about it, right? So let's start. You wake up in the morning, and if you have children or a partner, that's a relationship that you must navigate in the morning. Then your kids. Most people then go to work under normal times, right? You go to work, then you have to deal with your boss and your coworkers.
Yep.
Some people have two bosses and they got a second job and got to deal with those people.
Mm-hmm.
Then some people have to go back to their spouse or partner, or maybe they go home if they live alone. But then you may have neighbors and friends, and
Dates.
it never stops.
Right. So true. And I think that was what made me so excited about Relationship Renegade, was that there's going to be a platform that I could be a part of with somebody that I find to be phenomenal as a human being. That would be you.
I was wondering who that was.
It's you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But a platform here that's just so inclusive of like things that we experience on a day-to-day basis. And the other thing that just got me really excited was our dynamic as well. Coming from different backgrounds, but also we're different genders, we're different ages, we're in different life
stages.
You're married with 3 beautiful children, plus 1, I think. And then me, who's like navigating this world as a single, woman in her 30s, and the things that come up for both of us, and what comes up that's very similar, and maybe some things that are different and different perspectives. And so if we're just friends and colleagues and having these conversations, like, it was just so exciting to think of all the other things that were naturally going to happen with other topics we talk about.
Oh, for sure. Like, for example, one of the things we talked about briefly was the adult child, right?
Oh, yeah.
and so if that's you, listen, guys, to our listeners, just hit the subscribe button now, because I know me and myself are not the only ones who either have been the adult child or are currently the adult child, or you're not the adult child, but sometimes you find yourself behaving as the adult child.
And what does that mean? What does that look like? What the heck is it?
Man, listen, I was going through it just last night. I'm not going to go into any details, but I was doing some stuff, and I like every now and then I find myself just like poking around, seeing if my mom's going to come around.
Mm-hmm.
And I own my own house. I got a mortgage. I got kids and a wife, and I be worrying about what my mom is going to think every now and
Tell me about it.
then.
My
Yeah.
mom lives with me. That's a whole nother episode.
Oh yeah. Sounds like several episodes, if you ask
Yeah.
me. So yeah, we were
um,
talking about those and just seeing how we navigate those dynamics really got
yeah,
us thinking about who else might be going through the same thing.
absolutely. So it was really exciting. And not only, just those types of topics, but the
Mm,
themes within a relationship as well, like communication or trust and respect, or how do you navigate conflict with your coworkers or with your parents or with even your children.
right, right. And so the whole thing, so communication and conflict, right? Those are all things we've covered
Mm-hmm.
on the couples council.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding those within the framework of a romantic relationship, we can talk about those. But when this is communication between coworkers, or as you said, between parents or children, it takes on a different dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always feel like we have to explain ourselves to children,
Mm.
but that's a relationship.
Sure is. Absolutely. So that's kind of the things that we're going to be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, some of these more brown paper bag, top shelf topics like sex and kind of taboo things, we'll be talking about as well.
Oh yeah, those ain't going nowhere. And
No.
in some ways, those may be even juicier when
True.
you look at them outside of a marriage or a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because lots of people have ideas and opinions about those things too.
They sure do, and they're not going away anytime soon.
Oh no, oh no. One of the things we'll be doing with Relationship Renegade is looking at 3 key areas, right? So there's that relationship that we have with ourself,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And that's one that not many people think about or talk about. And when we were the couples council,
Mm-hmm.
yes, at times we talk about that relationship with yourself, but it was still within the context of a marriage.
I think there's a big push right now too for being single and fabulous and self-care and self-love. So the relationship with self for a single person is super important, and I'm seeing it
Mm-hmm.
more and more.
Yeah, that's one relationship that should never end, is that relationship
Mm-hmm.
with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to explore, it's like we've been talking about, the relationship with other people. And so whether, again, that's your neighbor, your father, your mother, what is that? What that looks like. And we touched on this maybe a couple of weeks ago now, the
Mm-hmm.
relationship with your environment and your community.
Yes.
What about that?
Yeah,
That's
because we're all part of different like subcultures too. So how are we fitting into that, and what's going on in our world right now, and what starts to come up for us?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we've lots to talk about. We've got lots of interesting things to explore and dig deep in. And it just makes sense to transition in that direction, especially after you and I. I mean, it almost seems like we've been having a non-recorded podcast for like 2 years now.
For a long time, and it's such rich conversation. And even so, where we've brought other of our colleagues into our conversations as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that all of these things are out there, and people have a lot of experiences they want to share or can relate to.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of one individual in particular who I would
Mm-hmm.
love to have a conversation.
I think I know who that is.
Have her on the show.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm. You know who you are, and I'm not going to say your name. I'm just going to tell you to get ready.
Mm-hmm. We're coming for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So this, again, just a reminder, guys, this is the last reminder. This is the last call for alcohol. No, just kidding.
The last call.
Mhm. Before the couples council makes its full transition to Relationship Renegade. The whole idea here is, again, to shake it up, to broaden the perspective, and to take a look at not just romantic relationships, because we're still going to do that,
Mm-hmm.
but all the other relationships that we are in that make up our lives.
Perfect. Well said.
All right, so next week, you want to be looking out for Relationship Renegade with Dr. Jameson Mercier and my girl, Mia T.
In the house. Whoop, whoop.
That's like the third week you've done that.
I know. I got to come up with something.
That's cool though, but I like, that might work, I don't know.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
I'll try a few different things. You guys let me know.
Yeah, for sure. So let us know in the comments when you guys hear what we're trying on. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Guys, thank you guys for joining us as we made this transition. We'll be looking out for you starting next week to join us, right? And we always say, bring a friend. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of room for more. All right? Look out for us, Relationship Renegade, starting next week, July 1. Thank you guys, and have a good day.
See you soon.